From New Delhi, with the recent passage of the GST Constitutional Amendment Bill in Parliament, the centre is working on mission mode literally to ensure the rollout of the goods and services tax. However, industry representatives have told the Finance Ministry that the April 1, 2017 rollout deadline might be a difficult one because they need at least 6 months' time after GST laws are passed to actually set the wheels in motion. Sapna Das is here with the details. Sapna, what are you picking up from different sources? I mean, what kind of realistic timelines are we talking about here?
Well, first off, the government. Let me start from the reverse order. The government so far is extremely clear on the rollout timeline. The intent is basically April 1, 2017. However, industry on the side is kind of worried about the CGST, SGST passage of bills. They are indicating that even if the laws are passed by various state governments by the winter session, post that also around 6 months' time will be required for industry basically to update its software to get its systems in place. So the pitch from the industry is that they are also open to a mid-fiscal rollout. Well, having said that, as I said earlier also, government as of now is keen on the April 1 timeline. And it remains to be seen, what really happens to the passage of the bills. Because it's not that the GST is happening suddenly. This is something that has been flagged off for quite some time. So a bit of a caveat here that the government on its end is keen that, by December all the laws should be in place and the bylaws will also be brought out. The rules for GST will also be brought out in that much time. And probably their indication would be to industry to please try and pull up your socks and try and meet the April 1 timeline. But yes, a lot of quarters in the industry are not looking very comfortable with the April 1, 2017 timeline, the rollout timeline. Having said that, there are a lot of other sectoral issues also which have been flagged off by the industry. And the government is giving an open ear to that. For instance, a lot of questions are now being raised as to how will the input credit mechanism function when, 5 important items are being kept out of the GST. For example, petroleum, there will be a timeline to be decided by GST Council when to bring it under GST. So how does the input tax credit chain work? Because output products will have, it will be zero rated, but the input products will continue to be taxed. Similarly, for electricity, what is to be done on that front, and similarly, how the IGST mechanism will work under such circumstances. These are important, critical issues being flagged up by the industry. But at the same time, you're also getting a sense of discomfort from industry quarters on the April 1, 2017 timeline.
All right, Sapna, many thanks for getting us those details. Some more news coming in. The flurry of NCD issues.